Alright, what's up guys? I'm sorry about all the noise and stuff, but I just wanted to show you guys my newly acquired S13. I traded the IS for this. It has like a 20,000 mile engine in it. The interior is in really good shape. It's got S14 seats in it. Like the only piece in the interior that's missing is the hatch bits, and it's like just the carpet for the most part. It's got all the plastic around the speakers and stuff. But I just wanted to show you this car. I'll put the headlights up right now. Bam! Alright. So first off, you may be asking, why'd you do that? Why'd you trade the IS? Biggest factor for me is I really didn't like that car. I honestly hated it. I tried to lie to myself and say I liked it, and then I just couldn't. But there's multiple reasons why I got it. One, it's an S chassis, so it being an S chassis means tons of aftermarket. So that's a huge reason. Two, the interior was in great shape for it being 30 years old. So I was like, I can't not do that. Three, it's like 600 pounds lighter than the IS and makes like 50 less horsepower. So power to weight's like a lot better, I'm pretty sure. I haven't done the actual math yet, but even then, this car feels like it's so nice to drive around corners, man. Fourth, it's one of my dream cars. This one's rough, like as you can see from the paint, but like with the mileage on the engine and like how good the interior is, I don't really care about the outside that much. I can fix that later. Interior stuff's usually the stuff that's hard to get. So yeah. So this is just me showing. This is not a still image, by the way. I'm here. I'll take you for a quick tour. I'm on my tripod right now, just so I can show you. First we'll move to the rear. Here's the rear of it. It's got the, USA taillights. Doesn't have the cool 180SX taillights, which I was thinking about getting, but honestly, I dig these. These are pretty sick. But I'll pop the hatch real quick and show you. Right now, some of the interior is down. I'll bring it closer. Right now, some of the interior is down. Like I said, the carpet's missing. But it does have, that seat comes up and latches. There's no issues with that. The speaker plastic's there, so that's a huge thing for me. And then all that. There is some water, but it rained today, and that came out of the hatch drain plug. So I'm not worried about it. I'll get it out of there before it causes anything though. So that's the hatch. As you can see, it's in pretty good shape overall. It's mostly surface rust. The only thing that may be a little concerning is that, but like all this back here is all good. It's just dirty. But yeah. There's that. I will bring you guys to the front now. Or not the front, but like the actual inside. So you might be asking yourself, why are there gloves and stuff in the doors? I'm getting the locks changed to the actual key instead of having to run two keys. So that's why they're in there. I just don't have them changed yet. I just took them out in preparation. And then you also might be wondering, why is there a towel across the front of the car? Because I want to preserve how clean the dash is. It's not perfect there. It is cracked, but it's cracked to where it is fixable. So getting closer, look at that. This interior is pretty damn minty, dude. It's in no way perfect, but it's pretty damn minty. It's got S14 seats, so those are. It's stick shift. 5-speed. It's got a touchscreen radio. If I turn the key on the car, that seatbelt will go over your shoulder. That's probably one of the coolest parts about this car. It's got Scar audio the dude put in it, but I think they're blown, which I'm gonna swap my kickers out soon anyways. Yeah, there's that. If you can see back there, the actually I can zoom in, I forget. The Speedo, it is it's a little broken right now. It just needs to be resoldered. The connections on the back have gotten cold and cracked, so it only really works whenever they touch. So I'll have to take that out and then resolder that, which that's not a big deal. So I just gotta take the gauge cluster out, and I've done that before on the S10, nothing huge. RPM gauge works great, fuel gauge works, heat and air, or not heat and air, the temp gauge works. It does not have AC, but it doesn't have a clutch fan anymore. I'll show you guys something in the engine bay, but there's a switch right in there. You can barely see it. You can see it right there underneath the parking brake. I'll turn that on. I don't know if you can hear that, but the drift fans turn on. I had to wire that in because it was wired to a temp controller, and that temp controller, I guess, wasn't working properly, so I had no fans. Luckily, I caught it before it became a huge issue, but it still had no fans for a little bit. So, yeah. Now, I'll move you guys to the engine bay. So here's the engine bay. It has a KA24DE, so it's a dual overhead cam, KA with 2.4 liters, so inline 4. It was bought after the original KA blew up, and it only had 50,000 miles on it. 50,000 miles on it whenever it got bought. So the dude who bought it rebuilt the this KA, and it has about 20,000 miles on the engine now. So I've got a really low mileage KA. It runs pretty healthy. Right now it's running a little rich, but I think that is due to the eBay headers, which you can't really see them. Bring you over. There's the eBay headers. If you look down in there, I don't know if you're able to see it, there's the first O2 sensor. But down there on the exhaust, that little thing right there. There's supposed to be an O2 sensor in there, I think, because there's a hole there that's, I think, has been plugged or something. But I think there's supposed to be an O2 sensor there that is not. She fucking rips though. It's super sick. You can see my wiring job. This is one of the fan wires. This is the one running to the battery. It's got a fuse in it just in case it blows. It'll protect the fans and all that stuff. It won't burn them up. And it's run back there, running to that grommet towards the very rear right there. And then the fan wire, I don't know if it'll capture this too well, is down there. And it runs all the way up there into the cabin, around the shifter, and into the ashtray that I'll never use. So, yeah. I need to change the oil in this. The spark plugs seem good, so I don't think I'll have to change those for a little bit, but I will eventually. Another thing, I did not know about the low mileage KA. I was actually planning on ripping it out and putting a 1UZ from an LS400 in it with PVTI, so I'd have 350 horsepower easy in this thing out the gate. However, me finding out how low mileage this is, how reliable the KA is, and there being turbo kits that still keep the reliability intact, I think I'm going to keep this and turbo it. So hopefully you'll see that. I got a new job as well, so I'm no longer working at Walmart. I am now working construction and making double what I made at Walmart. So yes, this thing's gonna get built now. It's not gonna be like the IS where it takes months and months to get parts. So yeah, I'm actually getting ready to drop a new clutch in it, This thing does run and drive, but I'm going to do clutch in it because if I'm going to build the KA, might as well have a stage 2 clutch that can handle the built KA. So that's on the top of the list right now. I also forgot to mention that it has Megan Racing coilovers. They're super sick. It's got camber plates on the top of it. Camber plates on top of it. There's the dampening camber plate. They're fucking awesome, man. And they are set to where they won't like damage the car at all and all that good stuff. And also, I had to do this myself. I was gonna record it, but ran out of time. I've had to tuck the wiring harness, as you can see, because when Nissan built this car, the wiring harness runs in the bottom of the fender where the tire can hit it without the fender liner in it. So that restricts how low you can lower these cars. I'm not lowering this car anymore, but I do want it to ride smoother, so I lowered the dampening after I tucked it, so I could lower the dampening so it'll ride smoother, because it kind of hops whenever you go around, like you hit a bump or something. So I'm making it less stiff so it can corner better. But this thing is so awesome. I'm not going to be driving it for a couple weeks just because I'm riding with my stepdad to work, which that's who I ride with. So this thing doesn't really get driven a whole lot. But I'm saving up for that clutch, and I'm not going to do the clutch replacement myself just because I no longer have like a cement garage I can work in. Like if I got this when I had the orange truck, then yes, I would have done this myself, because I would have all the space I need for it and I could leave it there while I was at work.